right, this is the third and final video of our sinning series. And this morning, I woke up at 194 pounds. How much did you weigh?
I woke up at 154.
Do you know how much you weigh?
Like 198.
Okay, so we'll see how much weight we've gained from all the food we've eaten so far. And then we still got snacks, and we're answering all your Q&A questions.
Initially, we were supposed to have dinner, but we didn't pace ourselves.
Tapped out.
I tapped out first.
For sure.
100% I bitched out. 100%.
I think I tapped out second.
I'm ready to go. You guys want to
You
go?
can have another
No.
dessert.
If the team rallies, I'm
You
a
want to
team
order
player.
pizza?
If the team, are you gonna eat it?
I'll eat it.
If
Just
the-
want maybe
right.
have a slice.
If
Let's
the
not
team
eat it.
rallies and they're like buffet, I'm like, let's roll. I'm not the
All right,
team.
I'm gonna just go
You'll
weigh myself.
show up.
So I do have
Show
clothes
up
on.
And I'll dominate humbly.
All right, all right.
Oh.
That's not that bad. 5?
That's not bad, but I saw 2, and I haven't saw 2 in a long time. You saw that. It flashed 2
All right,
real
let's
quick.
see.
Freaked out. Like
Yeah.
What was it?
199.
199, so 5 pounds, not bad. But it did flash 2, and I haven't seen 2 in the front for a long time.
Okay, here we go. What?
Oh,
157?
dude.
And you tapped out for.
And I'm wearing clothes.
Wait, so what is that?
Like, and I'm wearing clothes.
Oh, wait, you did have diarrhea like 4 times, though.
Wait, so how much is
I
it?
didn't have diarrhea.
Well, you kept checking, you kept excusing
I
yourself.
definitely pooped.
Yeah, see?
Oh, that's cheating.
How?
I'm not gonna poop for a week.
157,
3
so
pounds.
3 pounds only.
Dude, I definitely.
But I feel like I'm 10 pounds heavier.
Oh, the 2, you're in the 2.
That's a 6er.
You're in the 2.
But he was 198.
Yeah, that's 6.
Damn.
So I win? What do I win?
So you gained 6? How much did I gain? I gained about 5.
Yeah, and
6, 5,
I'm
3.
3. All right, so now we went to Instagram and we asked you guys to ask us some questions. So now we're gonna answer your questions.
So welcome
Everything.
to our cheat mukbang, and we got all kinds of snacks we've been preparing all week. Like we went to Eddie's World, and I got these Reese's chocolate covered pretzels. Gio made these peanut brittles. What do you got over there?
Acts like it's Doritos. Some baked. I know this is kind of cheating, right? Because it's baked.
Yeah.
Please, good. I already ate.
Hot
And
Cheetos.
you know how deprived I am when I got this grandma-ass mochi Japanese lady snack.
Alright, so since today you guys have been eating a bunch of junk, and right now you guys are eating just carbs and candy and
Oh
sugar.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
What are your favorite sources of protein?
Well, I mean, like healthy.
Good
A big-
question, good
Yeah,
question.
when I'm like dieting, the leaner stuff. So like shrimp's one of my favorite. It's a little expensive on the edge of things, but tastes so good. Ground turkey.
The 99 one.
99 one
That's
for sure.
the one because if you're on a cut, it leaves your whole day open.
Yeah. Then you can add some
It's from
sauces
macros.
or some cheese. You can like dress it up with the leaner meats.
Cheese is actually a really good protein.
It can, especially if you get a
Fat-free?
a more fat-free, or even
Damn.
lower percentage. It's basically whey protein.
Yeah.
And I've been eating a lot of elk. Oh, and Greek
Oh.
yogurt. We're both on the Chobani tip.
We are.
So
Chobani
non-fat-
specifically because it has way more protein
Yeah,
than all the other brands.
Non-fat, non-sugar added, plain, and then you dress it up a little bit. We dip, some like apples in there, some berries.
Blueberries, yep.
Yeah, all that bag. So
There's-
those are my main.
Yeah, there's even granola that has high protein. It is on the higher fat side, so if you can afford it, for sure. But
That's
if
why
you want to
we're-
keep compounding that protein on top of each other, that is key.
One of my favorite for a diet, it's really hard to find, but some Asian supermarkets have it, is sliced chicken thigh.
Oh yeah.
Because then you can make shabu shabu at home still, or you can make some bomb-ass noodles. But if I'm not really on a diet, so I don't really care about fat content, I'm just trying to focus on protein, almost nothing beats steak for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say a ribeye.
That, yeah.
Sushi stuff. Sushi
Yep.
on both sides. Because salmon isn't like
Yeah.
crazy fatty, but if you're really, I would say like as strict you are your goals, as strict as your plan needs to be. So like even salmon can't fit a super strict
It is
plan
kinda rough.
sometimes. Yeah. Chicken thigh in general, there's some leaner ones.
Mm-hmm.
If you eat a lot of packs now, especially California, I don't know United States wide, but they'll have to show the nutrition on the meat itself.
And
Some
sliced
guys-
chicken thigh, the sliced chicken thigh I get is
takes the fat
skinless.
out.
It's
Skinless,
skinless.
boneless, and
so,
you can get
Even
it
like a
again.
flank steak is really nice.
You can get some great steaks that are leaner.
Yep.
Eddie Drizzle asks,
My boy! Hey!
you know him?
Yeah, Steve Lashley's older brother.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The Driz, dude.
Okay.
what's your top cheat day dinner? No limits on budget. Like, what would be your favorite thing to
We were supposed to have one. we couldn't decide.
Oh man, there was too much. It's a lot of pressure when it's just that one day. But a fail proof of mine would be like a K-Beebs, because it's just simple. You're gonna hit everything you want to hit.
Korean barbecue.
Korean barbecue.
Yeah.
Or like a steakhouse, because you could get like your baked potato or like some type of like smashed crunchy potato. They start with the bread with the olive oil and like all that.
We also
fatty
had
stuff
the goal of not eating somewhere or a type of food that we have already ate.
Yeah, that was for today.
So that's why we skipped it. But yeah,
but in
usual
general, that's
go-to,
my stuff. That's what I like.
My go-to cheese for sure, steak or shabu shabu. I just love meat.
I would say steakhouse too. Just because of the sides, you can get so much variety. You can go French fries, you go baked potato, mashed potato, mac and cheese, like a fancy steakhouse, and then a ribeye. It's something that's really hard. The other option I would say is pizza, which we all talked about, because it's something that you can't even half fake when you're trying to eat within a nutritional value.
It's almost impossible to make like a healthy pizza that tastes remotely close to
not even close,
one.
So I do love a pizza.
Because we're using a tortilla.
Yeah, and then I like an all meat pizza, and those tend to be fatty meats, the pepperonis, the hams. You gotta love your meats.
Mm-hmm.
R.Easy asks, how do you balance working out with the fatigue you accumulate for daily life?
So I think, since we're talking about how strict your diet is, strict to your goals, your base level of fitness is needed for anything you do. So, example, a soccer player needs or football for our Euro fans, needs a very high basic level of fitness. They need to be able to jog for a very long time, right? Their conditioning, they need to be able to sprint, change directions, right? GPP is another word. You need a very high level.
General physical preparedness.
For powerlifting, it actually has to be very low, despite what some coaches say. Because what do you got to do? You have 9 lifts to do.
And you have like 5 minutes to rest in between each one.
You have an infinite amount of time,
You're
infinite amount of food, infinite amount of water, right? So you have all these different things. And so even with life turning into training, once you raise your level of fitness in general, then it doesn't become a thing anymore. Like obviously, our lifestyles, we work hard or whatever, but we're not doing construction all day. So like our lifestyle-based level of fitness is kind of low. Our general fitness is high because we work out hard, but someone who does construction or a lumberjack or something, their daily life fitness is really high. That just means that to work out, you need to get even fitter to fit in all that stimulus.
So like,
does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. So
yeah, it does.
For me, from a personal example, like one way that I actually learned this, because it's kind of like like what he's saying, it makes logical sense, but when you start living life, it might feel actually almost like counterintuitive.
Yeah, because you're working harder when you're already tired.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I experienced in the military is like, let's say you're doing like these 10, 15 mile hikes daily, right? When you're doing these hikes, when you're done, your natural like instinct is to go, oh my God, you untake your pack off. I'm just gonna lay on a cot for like the next, 8 hours until I have to do it again tomorrow, right? But then you see the seasoned people, when they're done with that, they're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna chill, eat, do whatever. And I still have to do my PT, so later on in the afternoon, they're doing like a light 2 mile jog, 3 mile jog. And I'm like, why would you work out when you just worked out? Yeah. But the problem is when you are literally putting on your body the exact physical demand that you have the fitness for, you're actually testing. And so when you're training, you don't ever want to test because you're pushing your body to its limits. You actually want your work capacity to be higher than what your actual demands are. And that's when you're able to recover. So those guys that actually run the extra 2-3 miles after they do those hikes become easier because their work capacity and their fitness level is so much higher. So it's one of those things where it's like, you might feel like, oh man, my whole day is so fatigued. How do I even have time to work out? I would say start really small with something that you can do after your 12-hour construction job and slowly scale that up. And then what's gonna feel counterintuitive, but it's actually gonna play out this way, is 3 weeks in, 4 weeks in, you're gonna be like, dude, my construction job is actually getting easier because I train after my construction job.
Yeah, and also it's one of those things where you have to be disciplined, right? Like you have to stick to it. If you say you're going to do something, you want to stick to it. So like Bart and Sam, like we're both saying, you definitely want to do something that is not going to be like this crazy ass goal that you're trying to achieve every single day. Like you just work the 14 fucking hour day and you're like, I'm going to go train for another 4 hours. Like if you don't really have a competition or anything or like a specific goal that you're trying to aim for within a short period of time, I would say start small and chip away at it. But just understand that everything you're gonna do in life is gonna be hard, right? So you not achieving that goal is gonna be fucked up, right? Because you're either gonna be weak or you're not gonna like the way you look, you're not gonna like the way you feel when you move, or the other part of that is you get up and you do it and you chip away. So both of those are hard things to do. Now you just have to pick which hard one you want to deal with. And just knowing that and getting that mindset, I think that'll help too.
True.
What were your starting PRs before this cut? And then what are your current PRs?
That's a good question.
Starting PR before the cut? Fuck. My numbers just
I'll go this way.
up.
Gotta remember, I was actually getting pretty strong. I hit 515 on squat, so it's 15 pounds over what my goal was. So I was really happy with that. I was building up my deadlift too. It was whatever we shot for this channel. I think I hit either 495 for 6 or 500 for 6 or something like that. And that was pretty good. And I probably felt like I had another like rep or two if I really wanted to push myself.
And that's close to an all-time PR, right?
Yeah, so that'd be like probably close to like 600 range. And then bench was okay. I think I hit 345 for maybe 2 or 3. Because as I was building my strength up, I didn't want to fatigue myself too much. I never really took straight up maxes, so everything was kind of in like this, like the doubles and like more reps range. How about you?
My story's a little different because like when I slowly cut over the last 2 years and then really cut over the last 6 months, and so much of it had to do around with like my mental health and stuff. So there was a literal year for the first time since I was in 7th grade that I didn't touch a weight or step into a gym. So I literally didn't train for a year.
Did that make you feel worse though?
In terms of
like if I don't train, I think I'll feel worse.
I go over it. It's a long story, but like there was literally 3 months I didn't get out of bed. Like didn't leave my bed.
Wow.
Yeah. So like it wasn't even a thought. It wasn't like, man, I should go really pull up my bootstraps.
You could do floor presses from the mattress.
Yeah, like a muscle ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like my starting points like it was just so different. So my PRs were irrelevant.
Well, what about your all-time? Like,
well,
you
all-time, yeah, I got
something?
shitted on, yeah.
What did you pull, like
all-time,
7 something?
Yeah, 705, squatted 590,
Damn.
and bench 405.
Those are incredible.
Yeah, but those are over like the years, you know?
Yeah.
But the strength in general is fine. It just wasn't a goal.
Yeah, so for me, I really started getting back into fitness after having my son Taika.
That little dude over there.
Back in, the guy making all the noise. Back in 2022, that's when I came back and I just attacked it consistently. I didn't miss a training session. I was really focused on my form. I wasn't too focused on the strength at that point. Moving into 2023, form got better.
2023?
2022, I'm so sorry.
Are you
I know, I'm in the future, bro.
Alien.
It's been a year. But yeah, going into 2022, before the cut, I was at a 205 like squat, but that was kind of like, it was feeling all right. And then I did a 110 bench, and then I was like, didn't really focus on my deadlift too much. It was like probably maybe like 210. Now after the cut, I did 220 for my squat, which is funny because I was my leverages were different. I was way lighter, but
you actually got stronger.
I got stronger.
And added muscle.
And I did add muscle.
Which is awesome.
My bench didn't really move too much. It stayed at like a 205.
Which is amazing, because mine dropped like 40 pounds.
Oh, shit.
And you got longer arms than both of us, probably.
Yeah, so that's amazing.
And then my deadlift went up to a 250, 230.
Oh, right, you just pulled to 250.
Was it 250?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this cut was really good for me. So yeah, I'm happy where everything ended.
When are you guys going to expand or have a second location?
How often do you guys get that question?
All the time.
So I literally get that question every city I'm in.
Yeah.
And so I think it's like a two-parter, right? I think the feel-good, inspirational, it's like, we're gonna have a gym in every major city that has fans of barbell, and that's what I want to say. But then the more like boring answer and the more realistic answer is in business, it's really hard to scale things when things aren't working at its optimum, because like as you scale like the good stuff, the bad stuff scales too, you know? So like if you're like, it's almost as if like you have like little graphics or whatever, and then like let's say it's kind of rough around the edges. When you blow it up on a billboard, you'll see you're like, oh shit, this thing wasn't like the resolution it's supposed to be.
Maybe even worse, like the game Telephone.
Yes. So even
like
that.
The more you spread it or try to replicate it, the worse and worse it'll get.
Yeah. So like let's say you have like 10 barbell brigades, right? in every city, they all have managers. They probably got to speak to a regional manager, and the regional manager got to speak to like the corporate gym manager, who then has to speak to like our like COO, who then has to speak to me and Gio. The game of telephone gets crazy if we're not all on the same page. So that's kind of like the more boring, like realistic one, where once we get a gym that we feel like, oh, we need to just Xerox copy this thing, then we would be ready for it. How about you? Or how about you?
I'm with you. Same thing.
What about you, weirdo?
I think it's a funny question because like we started getting it before our doors were even open. You know, which is like cool.
That's
it's
dope.
It's like it's a
people are
compliment.
excited about it. That's awesome.
It's a compliment, and and as much as we're like spoiled because we've been friends and we've been in powerlifting, we know what dope gyms are.
Yeah.
There's so many cities without them, and as many as our friends have cool gyms now, there's not that many really in the nation or in the world.
And there's also as many dope gyms that we've seen that I've seen shut down, unfortunately, over like a year or two, you know?
Yeah, 100% too. So it is hard. My answers are very similar. Like, I would love to, but it was never been a goal of mine. My goal wasn't even to open a gym. I opened out of necessity. Like, there's no place that I could just squat close to where I live, so I did it, and I made it. And I would love to replicate it, but it's a lot of work. And, like, we've talked, you know, off air about it at lengths where, like, running a gym isn't my passion or what I'm best at. It's just not what I'm great at. I'm good at coaching, I'm good at communicating, I think I'm good at building culture and community and helping people, but like running an X and O's of a gym isn't my background, although I've ran 3 gyms over the last 15 years, like, but it's just not my gig. So can it happen? Maybe. Will it happen? The future will tell us.
Thank you guys for watching us on a day of indulgence, and stay tuned because we're gonna get right back on track into our next phase of fitness. And
CrossFit.
And I'm gonna be CrossFit Games champion. Mark my words.
Hercules, Hercules, Hercules.
Don't bite your lip, bro.
What?
He's been watching TikTok. Yeah.